Okay, hello everyone. We are starting our tournament. Okay, our competitors have started. They immediately start placing the essentials like drills, power, and power connectors. Flex132 is building a spike factory powered by two drills. It will be very efficient and he may win the first round with it. Esoteric is not seems to go for vanguards. Vanguards will counter spikes, but only if they go in the same lane. Because if they go in different lanes, the spikes will arrive much quicker. The flex is already ready. His factory is online. Esoteric just does final preparations for his vanguard production, gives it more power, and he is about to start. He double checks everything to not make any mistakes, and he gives more iron to the factory, so it will be even more efficient. The vanguards seem to be going down. Let's see where the flex spikes go, and they go down. In this round, Esoteric, I think, will win, because vanguards counter spikes pretty well. He supplies iron to the vanguard factory, and he checks everything again, because once he submits, he can change it. He has one spare power connector in his inventory. This will be handy later. He has no money left, but he double checks everything. Because if you don't double check, you will get some mistakes. He decides to sell his drop pod to get another power. And he places Spike Factory so it acts like a wall. And the power connector. So it acts also like a wall. It may win him some time. But I think he won't need it with all vanguards he has. So let's start. He starts the battle, and let's see it from his point of view. The flex spikes go down, but the vanguards are already producing them. But that's a lot of spikes. They may even kill one vanguard, but the vanguards accumulate, and now they will defend the spikes. They will go forward until they reach the enemy core. And the spikes won't be able to stop this clump by themselves. So I think Esoteric wins this round. Let's see it from Flex point of view. Yes, Flex sees this line of vanguards approaching, and he understands that this round is not for him. The vanguards of Esoteric are almost reaching the core. The heavy tower tries to defend it, but there is too much vanguards. They attack the core, and the core is destroyed. Esoteric wins the first round. He thinks about Javelin producer. It's tier 2, but it needs too much power. He can't use it right now. He just buys a bunch of drills, a drop pod. Let's see what Flex is doing. Flex places another drill. Yes, he got a large power connector, which will allow him to expand to other sectors. He decides to get that iron clump and that Voltanium clamp, so he can produce a Vanguards. That's a great idea. Spikes plus Vanguards is a great combo. If he sends them into lines, he will have two lines of pressure. But he has not enough power, which is actually not good. The efficiency will be not perfect. Let's see what Esoteric is doing. Esoteric uh, Also did spikes plus vanguards, but his spikes will go from the top. There they will meet enemy vanguards most likely, so will be very interesting round, whose factory will be more optimized. Hmm. Flex has two lines of spikes. Maybe the spike was from a drop pod. But because of that vanguard factory, the spike factory became far less efficient. And that's really not good, because the less spike there is, the quicker the enemy vanguards will reach their core. So he really needs to up the efficiency. Esoteric um, sets rally point of spikes onto the cliff. That's a really strange choice, and he decides to do it and start the battle. I don't really know about why he said it on the rally point, but we're about to find out. The spikes get out from the drop pods, but they're too late to do anything significant. And yeah, that rally point looks very funny. I don't really know what it achieves. The enemy vanguards are moving from top, but his own vanguards are moving quicker. Maybe he did this his rally point just to quicken his vanguards and make enemy spikes slower. No, I think his spikes just produce more efficiently. So in this, but Flex has more vanguards on the top, so they will destroy the core quicker. Yes, and Esoteric's vanguards, no, not Esoteric's, Flex vanguards on the top are already clamped. And Esoteric vanguards attack the core, who will win first? It seems to be Esoteric, because yes, his vanguards are already damaged the core, so even the sudden death didn't change this. He places a reactor to get more power. Power is very significant, and he gets large ground drill. That's just perfect. Large ground drill will optimize his research production not 4 times, but I think even 6 times. Yes, you see 2.84. Hmm. Seems like that was a desync. Yes, because it was really close fight, and maybe on Flex side, his vanguards reached the core first. So it was really a close fight, so maybe we can call that a draw. That's unfortunate for Esoteric, and if some of these bugs happen again, we will consider replaying this match. These bugs are imminent because the battle simulates in every game. Every player simulates his own battle. Flex seems to be going very heavy on solar panels. Just a solar field. That's pretty easy way to get power, but it's not the most cost efficient. He might consider switching to reactors or geothermals. So right now he just optimizes his vanguard spike production. Esoteric also has large drill. Yes, we saw that large drill from him. And he got the reactor powered. He also optimizes his production, just a lot of ferrite into vanguards and spikes. And he finds the most optimal way to provide Voltanium. Voltanium is green metal. It's required for vanguards. He again sets his interesting rally point. Hmm. I guess that's his own strategy. There is a vanguard that seems to be stuck. Maybe he needs to readjust his rally points, but maybe he wants it to get stuck, so they clamp up. Let's see what happens. And yes, he wants them to get stuck, so they clamp up. That's a really, really smart strategy. It abuses some of the pathfinding that's not quite finished. That's really clever. Flex is ready. His spikes and vanguards both produce very efficiently, but his rally points are not set. So probably Esoteric will win the next round because his rally points are set very smartly. So his vanguards clamp up. But the fact that his vanguards clamp up means that they will be later for enemy core. So if Flex vanguards reach esoteric score first, then they will win. Let's see what will be better. To collect some vanguards and go on large attack after that, or just go for vanguard attack straight up. Esoteric places another artillery tower to protect himself from vanguards that will arrive. Does Flex have any defense? Flex has only one heavy tower. That heavy tower won't protect him from a clump of vanguards, but it will defend a single vanguard if it manages to get through. Esoteric has better defense, more efficient power, and seems like the same production efficiency. So Esoteric seems to be investing in late game, or just distributing his resources really efficiently. And they start the combat. The vanguards of the Esoteric hasn't produced yet, but the spikes have. The spikes choose this strange path to protect both sides. Ah, I see what he did there. It allows him to protect both sides with one spike factory. Real clever. Let's see Esoteric's point of view. He has 2 times speed, so his battle is a bit far forward. His vanguards already start going to enemy core, and about the same speed as vanguards of Flex. But Flex seems to have more vanguards. So that's a really hard fight. Who will go first? Let's see both points of view. Yes, Flex vanguards are in a large clump, so artillery tower destroys them harshly. And Esoteric's vanguards are almost reached the core. This artillery tower will win Esoteric this round, because vanguards of Flex have been destroyed by the tower. I think Flex have to switch from vanguards to something more heavy, or maybe even to air. Let's see what he will do. He decides to go for Lancers, because we can see Lancers locked in his shop. He mines more Voltanium, but by now I think he has to expand. There is not enough Voltanium in this small patch. He has to expand to the top left or to the bottom left. Those sectors contain a lot of Voltanium. Yes, he expands there, and he mines this Voltanium. Now he will produce Lancers. Lancers will be quite strong, especially if they clamp up, and especially against Vanguards. But they will lose to Artillery Tower, and we know that Esoteric has Artillery Tower. Oh, Esoteric goes for Bombers. Yes, it's Bombers. And Flex has only spikes against air. So if Flex doesn't do anything really quickly, Esoteric will destroy him with Bombers. Because Bombers are quick and powerful. And right now, only spikes can counter it from Flex. He really has to get a flag tower or fighters, because both of these counter air pretty quickly. Esoteric powers his bomber factory. He needs some more iron for it. I mean ferrite. Ferrite and iron are the same. But right now that iron goes to spikes and vanguards. He is better mined from another patch. Flex rearranges his factory. Now it will produce a spike, one vanguard, and one lancer. A great combo of all 3 units types. But unfortunately, it won't be really good against air. He really has to get air defense. Light towers, more spikes. but he doesn't know about bombers yet, so we'll forgive him for that. Usually you have to build your air defense pretty early, because uh, otherwise you will get destroyed by flying units. Esoteric finishes his factory. He used conveyors to prioritize ferry to vanguards, then to spikes, then to bombers. He seems to have sent the least amount of iron to bombers. I wonder why. Maybe because he doesn't get enough titanium? Yes, seems like it. His bombers will produce not really quickly, but when they produce, they will hit hard. So let's see who will win. Flex is ready. Yes, his lancers are really to the bottom, and his spikes and vanguards are really to the top. So on the bottom, he will have only lancers. Lancers are actually not really that good if not protected by other units, because they're really fragile. But that lancers is blocking everything right now. As Esoteric continues to improve his factory, he needs more ferrite, so he mines more ferrite. He'll send it to the Vanguard factory. Strange. Maybe he should have sent it to the bombers, but I guess bombers don't have enough titanium anyways. He didn't connect the conveyor. He has to notice it, or his vanguards won't produce. I really hope he notices his conveyor. So right now we are just waiting for Esoteric to finish his build. He decides to get just a bit more power, and he fixes his conveyor. Yes. He double checks everything. That's a really good habit. If you are not pushed by time, you have to double check everything. Even one small power connector offset can cause you the loss in this game. He places power connectors on the front because he wants them to act as additional walls. That's a great idea, because lancers of Flex will hit these power connectors before switching to the turret. And turret might have a chance against lancers even. But we'll see how that works out. By the way, Esoteric really messed with pathfinding. His spikes block his vanguards, they go to the hill. Really strange. The battle starts. Let's see it from Flex point of view, because he will be assaulted by bombers. His spikes are already going. No, it's Esoteric spikes. Esoteric spikes are already going, and on the bottom we've seen the spike from drop pod. And on the top we see spikes coming from Flex. The lancers from the Flex came out, and they will go to the enemy, slowly but surely. They will kill the vanguards from the bottom, because lancers are really good against vanguards. And on the top we see assault of vanguards from the Flex. So Flex seems to be winning on both fronts, but the bombers go to his base. The bombers attack his production. Only light tower can serve as protection against bomber. Bomber is killed, but the Voltanium production is severed. His efficiency of his factories will be reduced. You see on the bottom why your lancers have to be defended. Vanguards just attack them, and the lancers die. So the lancers have to be protected. Then Bomber goes on a killing spree. He destroys the whole factory. Let's go to Esoteric's point of view. On Esoteric's point of view, the bombers already destroyed the whole base, and he wins. Another round. Well, the forces are pretty close this round, but somehow Esoteric keeps winning. Maybe it's just experience or smart rally points. I don't really know. But he is very successful right now, and we wish him good luck. Let's continue it like that. Esoteric doesn't do anything special. He buys new sector, expands, stuff like that. Flex? What about Flex? Flex also seems to just expand, because not all of his factories are full efficiency. He places a flag tower, which will act as protection against bombers. And he doesn't have any money left for anything else. He has one improved drill, so he will optimize his ferret production. I think the ferret production has to be optimized. The Voltanium production, I would add a bit more of Voltanium production. But it seems to power Vanguards and Spikes and Lancers pretty well, so let's leave it like that. Esoteric. Esoteric moves his production to the bottom because there is a really rich Voltanium and Ferrite patches. Yes, he lives on the Lancers at the top. Yeah, he got Lancers. I skipped that. He got Lancers, and at the bottom he will produce his Spikes, Vanguards, and Bombers. He rearranges the production so that PowerLink will connect his whole base. Yeah, he will take a bit longer than usual to do that, but it's okay. You are not limited by time here. He places reactor on the front. That's not the best choice because reactors are easy to kill. Flex. Flex is doing great. He placed himself one healing tower. He made a reactor. He placed the flag tower. That's just some minor improvements. And yes, he got another improved drill. Why is he pointing cursor on his improved drills? I don't really know. Esoteric continues improving his factory. He gets himself a better reactor. This reactor will provide him a lot of power, so he doesn't have to really worry about it. The problem with reactor is that reactors take time to start up. He decides to use one drill to power both reactor and airplane. That's a bad choice because this drill produces too few ignion. And the medium reactor did have enough ignion before, and now it won't have ignion at all. It will just work in slow, small spikes up and down. But Esoteric has already scored 3-0, so he may afford some mistakes. Let's see Flex. Flex submitted his base. His base is working. Spikes go to the bottom. Lancers and Vanguards to the top. Yes, that seems great. Now we're waiting for Esoteric. His production gets rearranged. He decides to cut off his Lancer production. Hmm. I think, yeah, he doesn't need any Lancers if he has bombers. Hmm. Will one flag tower be able to defend the bomber? We'll see about that. Flex, a bit slow stream. Maybe he doesn't have good internet. I don't know. But we can see that he's ready for production and he is waiting. He is very confident because he finishes everything early. So let's hope he will win this round. Esoteric makes some really strange mess of conveyors. His splitter doesn't work because it's rotated incorrectly. Oh, what's he doing? Yeah, he redirects ferret to the lancers. These conveyors are messy. I wouldn't place conveyors like that at my base. But I guess if it works, it works. We're not here about aesthetics. Will he notice his splitter? His splitters don't work. His splitter at the bottom got clogged up with Voltanium. It's not rotated properly. He has to rotate it. Rotate it. You have to rotate your splitter or your bombers won't produce. You need your bombers. He doesn't have enough money to buy another sector. He will sell one thingy. This thing. This one. And he seems to place artillery tower at the front. Yes, he placed artillery tower at the front. So now it will attack flex units as soon as they come in. His light tower also moved to the front, and that's a really good artillery tower positioning, but he needs to change his Voltanium splitter, because the Voltanium isn't going anywhere, and if he leaves it like that, he will lose. He decides to clear his conveyors to double check everything, and now he should notice. Doesn't he notice? He should notice. If he doesn't notice, it's GG for him. He sends his spikes again at the cliff. That's his strategy to defend both spots at the same time. He redirects his ferret, so it will be more efficient. More messy conveyors, that's great. I think he takes a bit too slow to do this. Next time we should tell him to be more quick. And he should redirect his splitter. If he doesn't redirect his splitter, he will lose. Yeah, he wonders why his factories don't work, and he doesn't notice it. How soon will he notice? Hmm. I guess we just wait. Let's see the flex. Flex must be bored. His conveyor is already clogged up because it takes so long to set up his factory. He must be bored. And he does seems to haven't placed his big tower, big power station. That's a strange choice. Uh, if I was him, I would place it, even just to act as a wall and one heavy tower. Maybe he didn't have enough power for it. The streams have stopped. What's happening? What happened with my streams? Okay, everything restored. The battle have started. Yes, Esoteric fixed his conveyors. That's really great. He noticed it. The spikes are doing pretty strange. They don't seem to do anything significant. They just circle around that wall. And yeah, bombers already severed production of flex. You can see that um, that improved drill got cut off, and the conveyor doesn't lead anywhere anymore. But flex has a lot of units, just a whole lot. A big clump of vanguards, a big clump of lancers. They should destroy everything, but heavy artillery tower doesn't work. Why? Oh, artillery tower wasn't powered. Esoteric seems to have missed that. Yeah, Esoteric's bombers do work, but his base is getting destroyed completely. I hope these vanguards will be able to reach the core before sudden death, because with such amount of units, you should destroy it pretty quickly. The mending tower on flex side heals everything. The bombers don't do really good because there's not a lot of them. And Esoteric lost his first round. That's great. Flex may have come back. Probably it was just mistake from Esoteric. He disconnected artillery tower. If that artillery tower was online, he would probably win, I think, because of his bombers. So that artillery tower would destroy everything. But now he lost one round. He got another big drill, which is very good for him. It will. Oh, look at that Voltanium income. It's so much Voltanium. His bombers would be on the full power if not for his Ignian drill. And he places more fighters. Fighters will be pretty good addition to his collection of units. Flex is doing. Flex doesn't seem to place new factories. He got a tier 2 in his inventory. Yeah, that's what we need. Bastion producer. Bastions are really, really heavy tanks. They have a lot of HP. They strike really hard. They have a lot of HP is the most important note because Esoteric has artillery towers, but artillery towers will have a hard time beating the Bastions. The only flaw of Bastions is that they don't attack air, so they will be useless against bombers. Also, Bastions take a long time to produce, so Flex Factory may be vulnerable at the beginning. Flex is ready for his battle. He doesn't double check anything. His conveyor's placement is really strange. Let's go to Esoteric. Esoteric makes Air Factory. He will play air only. Well, also some lancers at the top. I don't think that one drill will provide ferret for 4 factories. 4 factories is just too large number for one drill. So he has spikes, fighters, bombers, and gunships or another fighters. Yes, Esoteric will spend a long time rearranging his production again, but at least it works. Flex has a lot of bastions. These bastions will be pretty useful. Okay, Esoteric powers his spikes, his air units with ferret, and some of that ferret goes towards the lancers. He cuts it off because he decides he doesn't actually need lancers. He powers. Нет, sorry. He decides to power lancers with iron anyways. Why does the rim stop? Okay, it's back. He powers it all with a large power station. His bombers are producing. They just need more voltanium. He powers everything with voltanium. Let's see what are those 2 factories. Yes, they both are fighters. Fighters are cheap, they're quick, they have not a lot of HP, but if you have a lot of fighters, they will overwhelm the flag towers. So that's great. Seems like FPS is dropping a bit because there is just too many units, but maybe it's just the stream. He decides to produce vanguards at the top. Sure, why not? Some vanguards will be useful, probably against those bastions. Hmm. He doesn't have anything to deal with bastions except for fighters. And Esoteric seems to clamp his lancers at the hill. Again, he really likes setting his rally points at the hills. He likes hills for some reason. Well, maybe it works because he's already won a lot of rounds. I think 3 rounds. Yes, 3 rounds and 1 loss. But it takes a lot of time. He plans his factory really thoroughly, meticulously. He makes everything he can to not lose power on the towers again, because defensive towers are his key to the victory. If they die, he dies. Really, next time I will tell him to be more quick. Yes, yes, yes. He finally started the battle. Let's see how it will do. He sees the tier 2 factory. I wonder what he thinks. Will he be able to defeat it? By the way, you could notice that artillery destroys spikes almost instantly. Yeah, and fighters start overwhelming that. They destroy solar panels, they destroy most of the production, and bombers come in clutch too. Bombers and fighters together destroy all the solar power. And Flex has 1 flag tower and 1 light tower. It's not enough. And he wins because of his air units. Those bastions don't even have chance to show themselves. Yes, Flex is still watching. Uh, him getting obliterated by air units. Hmm. I hope there won't be another desync. Yeah, the bombers bomb the core, so that's great. We'll be able to see his battle more closely. And look at the top. The fighters are destroying the bastions. There's just too much fighters for 1 bastion, and bastions can't attack air. Esoteric improves his air production. I don't really know how to counter this air. Maybe more flag towers. I think Flex needs to get more flag towers. Yes, and Flex Factory already gets destroyed. But there is two flag towers already. That's strange. Seems like air units are just too powerful. Yes, he gets another flag tower, and he decides to go for fighters himself. He places another drill for Ignian, and he wants to go for bombers. Seems like it. Esoteric. What does Esoteric do? Esoteric just improved his production. He placed a large drill on the Voltanium at the top, so his vanguards will be greater. hmm And seems like another fighter factory. He really likes spamming fighters. Maybe he will win spamming fighters. Flex set up his fighter factory. The stream seems to interrupt. His bastions and his fighters are both working great. He replaced Lancers on the fighters, I think. That's a great choice because uh, Lancers can't attack air and fighters can. He has 3 flag towers and one light tower. That should be enough to destroy the bombers. He places another magic tower in order to heal his towers from bombers. And look at this. That ferret drill outputs ferret on the Voltanium belt. That, yes, he rearranged it already, and now it looks great. Yes, it's probably the flex internet speed is not so good because I can see the stream from Esoteric pretty well. He powers up another factory of air. He will just spam air. That's a great strategy because, as we can see, it's hard to counter. He needs more power, so he places large drill on Ignian. And now he has to place anything on the top. Wow, 3 reactors. That will be 600 power. 600 power is a lot. And he has four air factories in total, so he won't need too much power. This amount of reactors will provide him with that power. The problem is reactors will take long to start up. His power system is based on the reactors right now, and they take time to start up. The drill has to drill some ignium. Flex seems to be ready. Flex readied his fighters to the back, probably to defend his base better. Because if his bastions get to enemy, then the enemy stands no chance. The bastions will destroy him. But the bastions are slow and they can't attack air. So the bastions have to stand against fighters. Now Esoteric finishes his factories, provides ferret to the bombers. Oh, it's a bombers factory. It's not fighters. It's bombers. Bombers will get ignition from large drill. He double checks everything again because check, check, and double check. Even while double checking, he lost power to his towers once. So we remember that, and he remembers that too. He doesn't want to lose it anymore. The stream interrupted for a second, but it's okay now. All of his fighters' array points are set to the top. He sets one fighter to the bottom. That's a great choice because if the fighters are clumped together, they will be easy to destroy by flag tower. He doesn't have any money left, but he looks at items in the shop because he okay. He started the battle. He says that enemy has 3 flag towers. Will it be enough to counter that air? The fighters are already appeared, and they started killing the production. The Mending Tower. Oh, it's gunship. He has a gunship. I didn't see that gunship, but it will be pretty nice. The Mending Tower deal with all of this for now, but soon there will be just too much air to deal with this. The flag towers are doing pretty great. they kill all the air. You can see that hail of bullets that they fire on the enemy fighters. Yeah, flag towers are doing really great, and but flag bastions are suffering. There is too much gunships, too much fighters. They are moving forward. Surprisingly, they're not really suffering from gunships. I guess gunships don't do a lot of damage. There are two bastions now, three bastions. They are moving forward. They encounter the lancers and the spikes. So the bastions have a chance of getting through, but the air has to be destroyed. The sudden death has begun, so soon the production will stop. And Esoteric has a lot of lancers clamped up on that hill. I guess that's why he sends them all there. So it acts like accumulator of units. That's a great idea. The lancers are going to the base. The fighters are taking the bastions. Now the artillery tower tries to deal with enemy bastions. Will those bastions be quicker than the lancers at the bottom? It's fighting. No, the bastion got destroyed. That's unfortunate. I was really have I really had a lot of hope on these bastions, but the air wins again. Esoteric has only one more win. He has already 5 wins out of 6. He rearranges his reactors so every reactor gets powered. He I don't think he needs a lot of power, but you have to improve your factory, and he improves his factory. He wants to go for more gunships. You can see his troop at the top, and he tries. No, he goes for tier 2. Tier 2 is interesting choice. I thought he would continue to do with air. But I think the 3 flag towers of enemy just counter the air too well right now. And he decides to switch to tier 2. By the way, you can see that his power is unstable. It switches on and off. It becomes green and yellow again. So he needs to get more reactors. What is Flex doing? Flex is optimizing his production. He doesn't produce anything new, he just puts a lot of large drills. Those large drills will provide bastions with all things necessary. And he bought another flag tower. Now his base should be impenetrable to air units. And combined with those mending towers, his base should be unbeatable by air. Now he just have to accumulate enough units to destroy Esoteric during the sudden death stage. Esoteric Esoteric rearranges his production again. He is a production man, he rearranges his production constantly, and maybe that's why he's winning. His tier 2 factory is placed at the bottom. Uh, he supplies resources to it. Voltanium, ferrite, and just those two. But it's not powered by Voltanium. He should notice it right now. I hope he notices it. He has really a lot of fighters. 2 fighters factory, 1 gunship factory. I guess that's bomber, not gunship. Where's his gunship? Where did his gunships come from? Maybe yes, he removed the gunship factory. A trebuchets. Trebuchets should be pretty useful for breaking the enemy. The enemy has 4 flag towers now, so the air won't be as useful. But trebuchets will be very useful against bastions. Flares is ready. He has just 3 factories, 1 fighter factory, 1 spike factory, and 1 bastion factory. A lot of defense, but I don't think it will be enough, because he has only air defense and nothing against ground. He'll probably lose to trebuchets, but let's see. Maybe those bastions will get to the enemy base anyways. Let's switch to bot point of view. We'll see what Esoteric is doing and what Flex is doing. Flex is just waiting, and Esoteric is improving his production constantly. He places another tier 2 factory. He'll have two tier 2 producing at once. Is this a great choice? I guess that's what he needs power for. He has four reactors at the top. No, he decides that it's too early for T2. No, he places it back again. He seems to be really unsure about that. And uh, just a small power drill powers it his ferret. We wait for Esoteric to finish his production. Yes, he started, and we can see that Artillery Tower already attacks the spike from the drop pod, because that spike doesn't do anything at this point, really. He should just sell the drop pod, drop pod, drop pod. The fighters are already harassing enemy base, but the mending towers and four flag towers just don't let them do anything. The bastions go forward, the trebuchets attack the bastions. Yes, it's trebuchets against the bastions, and trebuchets will win, because bastions can't really move anywhere, and the trebuchets will clump up. Oh, and bastions of Esoteric also arrived, and bastions plus trebuchets will destroy bastions decisively. Those trebuchets alone could have destroyed it, but now that we have bastions also from Esoteric, it will be very great. And he has lancers, he has fighters, he has spikes. He just overwhelms the opponent entirely. The mining towers heal that bastion, but nothing can be done against this large army, and this large army will destroy those bastions. Mining towers are doing their best, but their job is pointless now. They can't do anything. Poor mining towers. They work overtime to achieve nothing. The trebuchets are going forward, the lancers are going forward, and Esoteric wins. Congratulations to Esoteric. You win and you go to the finals. You have a chance of winning a free copy of the game and exclusive Master Discord role. Flex, thank you for playing. You played really great, but Esoteric beat you. You'll do better next time. We really appreciate that you participated. Thank you. We'll have next round of semifinals. Just wait 10 minutes.